hate and this fucking my shoulders look tiny.
Yeah, your shoulders are tiny, dude. Look at these freaking hunks right here. Look at these. Look at these ham hocks right here, bro. See this? These are shoulders. These are
Uh,
shoulders, dude.
I don't see them.
You got twigs, man. Look at those little twigs. Just kind of look at. You got. It's like you got a big old a big old
Like,
tree coming up, and a couple of little branches coming off the sides.
yeah, I don't know how
uh,
to sit. Like I feel, that.
yeah, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you. You're always weak. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Faster Tadpoles podcast. We're just deucing it again today. Unfortunately, like we said, our guest that we had here with us and Luke were going to see Teletubbies on ice. They unfortunately had a very bad accident along the way. Did not make it. We went and visited Luke in the hospital when he was like on his last few minutes, and he just said, "Just keep doing the pod." He said, "Do this for the fans."
Oh,
He said,
that's what he said.
unless you heard him differently.
I must have. I don't know what I was listening to. I thought I heard something else. So yours is better. I like.
We'll take that. Anyways, I am your co-host here. I am Luke, obviously, as you would know if you were following the pod, and that is my other co-host. There is Drake as well.
Feel free to make fun of him for wearing his sunglasses and a cowboy hat indoors at night.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can we not look cool for the podcast? Is that 100% the aesthetic here?
Yeah, you can't look cool. Look at me, dude.
Yeah. I'm looking at your 2-inch limbs.
They're not that bad. Quarter, baby.
You do that just the wind starts blowing.
It looks like that, like your wrist.
Yeah, just the size of your wrist. Oh man,
it was bigger than that, I swear.
if you guys would see Tyler's biceps, unfortunately he is dead too. Actually, the ghost interfered with Luke's driving. I think, right? The ghost of Tyler attacked him.
Yeah.
So
again, he came back for him down the same road they were going.
Yeah. So unfortunately that happened, and so so Luke isn't with us. I hope you guys enjoyed the little episode that we had last time about aliens. I honestly don't know what happened coincidence-wise with that. And if you, since then, I'll do a little sidebar about this. We did have footage from Tuesday night of this week. If you look it up, it happened in Pensacola, Florida. The guy was taking a video of a beautiful thunderstorm over a large area of, I'm pretty sure it would be the Atlantic, of the Atlantic Ocean, and he's taking a video of this thunderstorm and this thing. Now he's got a wide angle here, so Drake, in that video, how much horizon do you think is between his window, his frame?
Completely visible.
Yeah. What's your best guess?
I mean, I guess the furthest points, maybe like a couple thousand yards. Like the furthest point to the furthest point that it's, because it's a wide angle view and he's looking out at water, so that you're seeing the horizon quite far away,
See, I would think at the very end of his points of his screen would be out. I would say maybe because of the visible area of it, width-wise, I would say like maybe 5-10 miles, like across the whole back part of that view,
So we line up.
Yeah, okay. So,
Look up. I think it's like 536 yards in a mile. I might just be making that completely up.
Okay, so that would be pretty close then, yeah. But yeah, so
I was way fucking off. Never mind. I'm just a big dumb movie dude.
So
1,700 yards in a mile.
Okay, so we'll say that this was 10 miles across the back. That's a fair assessment. It's pretty wide angle of this thing. So in the very front of him, a car is entering the bottom right hand side of the screen, traveling to the left. Drake, I would assume that car was looking to be going between, you'd say, 20 to 30 miles an hour in the video.
Yeah, probably.
It wasn't speeding, but it was definitely going at a brisk pace.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was driving like average speed for next to a beach with beachgoers. So I mean,
yeah,
20 miles an hour is, I'd say, a fair assessment for that.
Okay. So this car is entering at the very bottom with my hand. Here's the car. On the thunderstorms in the background, right about here. Here comes the car. Over here on the very far side enters a little silver Tic Tac. It comes and crosses the entire horizon on an arc, on like a very gradual arc, going over here. And so if this is the car's hood, when this object is over here, by the time the object is out of screen here, this is the car. Just the bare front of the windshield has entered the frame. That is how fast this thing had covered the entire atmosphere in that picture of that frame. From here to there was a car that was not from this guy was standing on the curb. So this it comes in the frame doing 20 miles an hour, and it goes from the front of the car to the front windshield before that thing is out of the frame. That is an insane amount of speed to think about. So it's a very interesting and compelling video. I definitely recommend go checking it out. You can honestly just when I finally got that and realized what that meant, I'm like, holy shit! Like that thing was absolutely ripping. So go check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed our episode. We're not joking. That little that 45 minutes that we had is gone forever. It was an excellent episode that we had. That I've never had that happen before in the history of the podcast or recording. It's crazy how coincidences work. I know it's probably just a massive coincidence, but I'm just saying I just don't understand that at all. Switching gears though, Drake. I have a question for you that I just wanted to go right in, and in essence, what I'm about to ask you, I just wanted to start fisting this competition. Like I just wanted to get in here. So my question to you, Drake, is I want to know, do you have any terrible sex stories? Did you have anything that just made you uncomfortable? Did you have any times where you actually backed off because of a situation? Like anything like that. It doesn't have to be even just performance based. It could just be whatever you know what I mean?
Not really. I guess I was pretty boring until like recently, which was like kind of just standard shit, you know. Never really had anything like, oh boy, I can't wait to hop into this, and then like, oh wait, never mind, you know. There are a few times where I've been, pushed on, and I didn't want to do anything, so I, you know, for like reasons or whatever, so I kind of excuse myself from the situation, you know, in like a respectful manner. But yeah, I've never really had like to worry about that really much at all, to be honest. Yes,
Okay. All
kind
right.
of lucky,
That's
kind of, you
yeah.
know.
I guess you've been lucky. I guess you've been lucky. Yeah. I mean, look at you. I mean, I mean. Oh shit, bro. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess mine would probably just boil down to like bad handies or bad blowies. I guess would just if it starts with that, honestly, it's not gonna like I won't keep going. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's just gonna that's what's gonna happen. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like so I guess that's
100%.
been my experience with I don't know, maybe a couple, but it's how it goes. I guess
Yeah, definitely. I think I think most of the people probably have had one or two bad experiences before, you know, and I think that
Mm-hmm.
like goes and even in the direction of just like dating in general. People probably had some bad experiences in that regard as well, you know.
Have you had any dates that you just couldn't get away from on the first day?
Um, there's definitely been some dates where I went along and I don't think my personality jived super well with like the other person, and like I could tell the other person was super into me, and I just
You just weren't there.
didn't. Yeah, I
Yeah,
just wasn't
you
there,
just
you
weren't
know. It was just
there.
a lot for me. Like I'm more of a reserved kind of person, you know. So like I kind of want to be in the background of most like when I'm outdoors or doing something like in a public location, you know. And like these people like were completely fine with being the center of the attention in a public setting, you know.
Yeah,
And that was just a lot for me, you know. Nothing
yeah,
wrong with them at all. It's just again, there's just like difference of personalities, difference
Yep.
of like
Yep.
what we wanted,
Yep. For sure. There's some people
Again,
who are yeah.
because I didn't want to be the forefront, I was like, yeah, I don't like this. I'm not having fun.
I don't like this.
I'm not having a lot of fun at all.
Oh man, that's funny. All right. My, next question for you. How many times have you had sex in one day? 24-hour span. Doesn't matter what time. When do you think you've held in a 24-hour span? What do you think your max is?
I have to warn my parents not to watch this one.
Come on, we're all adults here.
In one day,
Yeah.
I think the most I went was 3 times.
Okay, that's respectable. That's not like over the top.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I definitely think it's. I don't think I've ever topped twice, to be honest myself.
I'm always more moderate. I don't fucking need sex to like. Obviously it's been what has it fucking a little over 2.5 years now since I've had sex. So I'm on like a dry spell, but I'm also not like looking for anybody, and I don't specifically look for that one night stand or sex in general. So
yeah.
That's never really been like an area that
yeah,
I
you're very respectable in that way. You're not gonna like go out of your way. Like if the timing's right and if there's a situation that presents itself, you're fine with it. But you're not gonna be like trying to like forcibly like try and put yourself in situations where it's gonna, you know what I mean? Like if you're in a situation where it makes it
go to a bar and like look to just blast some chick out.
Yeah,
yeah.
If you fuck, dude. I could just see you just walking up to a chick and be like, "Want to get blasted?"
Want to get blasted? Want to get fucking pranked?
You're holding a Nerf gun to her hip.
Oh, is that a gun?
You get blasted?
No. Well, it could be.
It could be. Yeah. What do you think is hard? That's funny.
Yeah. I'm not like searching for that shit though. So.
Yeah, no, and it shows. I mean, like I said, you're opportunistic, and you won't take yourself out of a situation not to do it, but you'll also not overdo putting yourself into a situation where it'll present itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if it's something that like I'm comfortable with, and obviously the girl's comfortable with, then like I'm not gonna fucking say no unless I have like a specific reason that I don't want to do anything.
Then how come with me I'm always uncomfortable and you don't care?
I said with a
girl. Oh fuck, dude. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny.
But, yeah,
What level of money would you have? What level of money would you have to give a blind handy?
What level of money would I have to have?
Yeah. Blind handy, you won't even need to see.
Blind hand. Well, either way, I know it's a dude, and I'm not gay, so I'd feel like I'd probably feel pretty uncomfortable doing that act. So I'm gonna have to say quite a bit.
How much? How much you thinking?
Probably like in the upper 5-digit, maybe a lower 6-digit range. I'll say. Like maybe if somebody offered me 80,000, I'd be like,
really?
Yeah.
Oh man! Wow, we're off spectrums on that. I was going more of like I don't want my next year's mortgage payments. I want generational wealth. Like I was thinking probably 50 mil would be my bottom number.
Oh, 50 mil, really?
50 mil bottom number easily, because that's for something that I'm doing so quick and unpleasant. I'm gonna set the bar high. If someone's gonna pay that, which most likely they probably will, because there's an insane amount of money in the world these days. So if someone's gonna pay me 50 million and I can give myself and everyone around me what they want, as well as literally probably 5 minutes, because I'll work hard at it so I can get it over with faster. So probably 5 minutes of it, and I have just secured generational wealth for me, my kids' kids, and probably my kids' kids.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna go for 50 mil.
You don't know that, dude.
Yes, I do. Come on.
People just pay $250K to go die down on the Titanic.
Yeah, that's to go look at something that no humans ever set their fucking eyes on for X amount of years. This is something they can have. They can go and pay somebody in a bad location somewhere. $25 in a handshake. Like,
Yeah, but how much skill are you
yeah,
gonna get with that compared to me?
I mean, any guy should really give you a decent amount of skill.
Yeah, that's true. I guess practice makes perfect.
So yeah. So I mean, if you're looking specifically for fucking anybody, and I'm sure you can like find even a remotely more famous person than just some random dude off the street to do it for you for even way less than 50 mil.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd say 80,000 is high to have somebody just for an HJ.
Okay. Okay. All
But
right.
that's what I feel like, at least.
Okay.
I mean,
Now I'm about to gross out the listeners here, so bear with me. And this isn't going where you think it's going, but this is gonna gross out the listeners once we get some numbers in here, because I'm gonna have you pull up some numbers for me. How many how many Dr. Peppers have you consumed in a 24-hour period? And
at
and
24 hours, like the
in a
most.
24-hour period, and when you have your answer, I want you to also tell me how many grams of sugar are in one can.
Um, 2, 3. On like a weekend, having fun, out like doing a bunch of stuff, I've probably had like 6 or 7 at most Dr. Peppers in one day.
Okay,
I
I would have
normally
expected
don't.
more.
I normally don't have like even in general, the only time I'll ever have like soda for breakfast is if I get like McDonald's breakfast or something like that. Otherwise, if I'm making it here, it's fucking milk. You know.
Yeah.
So like I normally don't do soda for breakfast, and I just told you to stop wiggling, idiot. Um,
It starts wiggling again.
yeah, right.
Stop it.
Dr. Pepper 12-ounce nutrition facts. Okay, you tell me your calories. Sugar 40 grams. So 40
40
times,
grams.
we'll just say 7. 40 times 7, that's only 280 grams of sugar. And then the average diet for sugar is. That's not tell me right away. Thanks, bud. That's really awesome. How much sugar do you need? 36 grams.
Oh
And
man.
so hitting my limit for the next
Couple
week.
of weeks. Yeah. Yeah,
For the
I would say that's pretty high.
Yeah.
But it isn't. I can be there with you. It's a hell of a drink. It's very tasty. Very good.
Uh,
Do you have any questions for me about anything uh coitus related or Dr. Pepper related?
um, not really. Like I guess Dr. Pepper related. What do you think of the new Dr. Pepper flavors?
Strawberries and cream is probably my second favorite to Dr. Pepper vanilla. And then original.
I think strawberries and cream is like my number one now. To be honest with you.
Vanilla is way too deadly for me, dude. I'm just overall I love vanilla more than I love strawberry flavor, and that's just simply where that's at. So it's just that's more dominant on that spectrum is we have vanilla, which is my all-time, like I love vanilla. I love vanilla ice cream. I'll just eat it plain. I love vanilla, just the flavor. So
Yeah.
below that is strawberry. So obviously it wins for me automatically between the two just for flavoring. So
Mhm. What's your number one favorite dessert?
oh, it's easy for me. I think it's cheesecake. It's always been cheesecake. Cheesecake is the one.
Just plain cheesecake.
Any variety, the whole spectrum of cheesecake. It could be like chocolate cheesecake with white swirls. It could be traditional New York style cheesecake with the cherry layering on top. It could be like caramel swirl cheesecake. It could be Oreo cheesecake. All the different styles of cheesecakes, and mainly plain cheesecake, which is just so fucking good by itself with nothing else on it. All those cheesecakes to me are things that I can eat to where I just don't have an off switch, I will physically get almost completely ill. Like I have come close, which it
Just
sucks.
continue eating it.
I've come close to vomiting with eating cheesecake because I've eaten so much of it. Yeah, I just can't stop because it's just so delicious that my palate's like, dude, we need more
Yeah.
of this. My palate on my mouth is overriding what my brain and stomach are telling me. So I'm immediately,
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, I just recently started enjoying cheesecake. Actually, I haven't
oh
really
man, it is
tried it
so
in the past because it
fantastic.
was like cheese.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's a tie between like a brownie, like a sweet, like a just a delicious fudge brownie, or a peanut butter cookie. I really love me some peanut
Ooh,
butter
peanut butter
cookies.
cookies
Like
are good.
I don't,
Peanut
and I
butter
don't
cookies
have,
are good.
I don't have a super big sweet tooth, so I don't have like sweets like that often. So like when I do get a nice brownie or peanut butter cookie, it's like I want to devour them.
My
That's my
all-time
go-to.
favorite cookie is um there's two. Fuck. Okay, the first one is always the I'm always a vanilla cookie guy over like an Oreo, like a vanilla and cream rather than like a Oreo style cookie, but like the vanillas. Those are my all
Mhm.
time favorite cookies, all time. Now there's also another brand that makes those vanilla styles, but with peanut butter filling in those, and those are just I came close to getting sick with those too, like eating so many because they're just with those in milk. It's just the flavors are just there, like it's just you know what I mean. It's so
Yeah.
dominant, it's so good, it's so fantastic. So
Yeah, I feel you on that one. Have you ever had like instead of for dinner, you just end up eating like junk food for dinner, just entirely for like you don't even have any like form of any nutrition at all besides just junk food.
yeah, oh yeah, I've had that before. I've had it where I've
Yeah.
had literally just like tater tots and uh
I'm
like
talking like straight up
yes,
dessert for dinner.
tater tots, maybe a bowl of Doritos and a hot pocket, and that's like what I would have for.
No, see, that doesn't count because the hot pocket's gonna have cheese and like I'm talking straight up dessert.
So you're saying like
Like fucking
gummies, chips, and
like
cookies?
yeah, yeah,
No,
ice cream, fucking
no,
cheesecake,
I'm
or anything as a full on
believe it or
meal
not, I'm
as well
actually
as like as dinner.
believe it or not, I'm actually huge on. I need to have a protein every night. Like I know that sounds bad, but I need to have a protein every.
That's like what you should be doing.
I know, but I'm just saying. I no, I'm saying it makes it sound bad, like I'm fucking eating cum or something. But, um, so
Well, I
so
mean, that doesn't have that much protein in it. It's really like a very minuscule amount.
you don't know me.
You're having your own?
Shut up. Oh man. Um, no, like I honestly like even if I make like pre-mixed noodles, like I made pre-mixed garlic buttered noodles last night, and like they're just like the perfect
That's
frozen meals
delicious.
that they're perfect frozen meals that just like melt the sauce and then it turns into like the whole big thing right by itself and it cooks it all. I had one of those and I'm like, man, I made 2 big bags of it and it was ready to go. And I'm like, man, this just needs something else. So I air fried some chicken and cut it up and tossed it in there, and that was just mint. It was just perfect.
Yeah.
It was delicious, and it just adds that extra. Like in the mornings, honestly, I have to have usually bacon or sausage with my eggs. It's just how I just need an extra protein in there rather than the eggs itself. So I always have to have that. And then like during lunch, if I'm having something, it's got to be like a some sort of wrap with like cold cuts or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of.
Yeah.
And then um what's and then any sort of dinner has to be a chicken or a beef or venison or whatever. It's got to be some sort of combination of those three, pork, whatever it has to be for me to feel satiated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. No, I get you 100%. Yeah, I've had like literally just ice cream before for dinner.
That's
I,
crazy, dude.
well, I hate cooking food
Yeah, Drake's not a cooker,
like a lot. I'm
but
good at
but
cooking food.
but a legend at making ramen. I'm just gonna say that, folks. Drake is
I
a
know, yeah,
legend at making ramen.
I'm very good at cooking. I can cook very well. I have like certain like ways I prepare food, like one flip burgers and shit like that, and um other like random stuff, like how to prepare something and whatnot. Pies, I can make apple pie like a fucking champion for baking. I can all kinds of stuff I can make and cook and anything, but I just fucking hate it. Unless it's specifically like a large group of people and I'm cooking for like a large group of people, because then they can enjoy my food and it makes me feel good that I made fucking something that tastes super good. But otherwise, if it's just for me, I don't give a shit how my fucking food tastes for me. I don't. I can fucking care less. So I'm gonna go out and eat every single day I can.
Yeah.
I hate cooking food.
That's where we differ. I'm a major foodie, so like I cook for myself and I make that food taste good. Like I make that stuff seasoned properly. I
Yeah,
take my time
I'm
with
a
things.
foodie as well.
I'm a yeah, I know, but like you're saying, like you could just toss in, like you could just have a bowl of cereal and be like, yeah, whatever, that's it. I could have a bowl of cereal at night
Yeah,
too. I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, it's just how
yeah.
you operate. So
Like the past like
I
3 nights in a row.
I love showing off, dude. I love cooking. Like I fucking love cooking. I love cooking. Breakfast is my favorite. Breakfast all day long, making pancakes, bacon, everything. I love cooking in the morning, making omelets and all that shit.
Yeah.
Making Belgian waffles, all that. I love making breakfast. Lunch, I don't really care. Lunch isn't something that I usually like would make a meal for, but usually I'll just eat the breakfast leftovers for lunch. The breakfast lunchovers, I
Uh,
guess you'd say. But um, and then dinner, yeah, just a beautiful, well balanced dinner, and I love just adding different aspects of flavor and combinations and everything. And uh, yeah, I'm not much of a dessert guy. I can't really make. I'm not really good for the culinary. I'm not good for making like cakes or cookies or anything like that. Like the most I can make is if I take those like pre-cut ones that you can just like eat the little frozen the little fridge circles. Those ones where you can eat those or just toss them on a cookie sheet and then you got nice, beautiful cookies. That's basically the extent of my culinary. Or cinnamon rolls in the morning that are made from Pillsbury. Like that's my extent of the culinary in the morning.
yeah, yeah, I gotcha. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, I've cooked it all. I've cooked a shit ton of different kinds of food. I do I really enjoy preparing tacos and shit. But yeah, I would much rather eat out like any restaurant that I can. I've visited like probably 6 out of 10 restaurants in the whole like Western New York area. So, like I've so like
Yeah,
I've been to quite a lot. Uh,
yeah. You're an eat outer for sure.
yeah, definitely. I prefer 100% to eat out instead of make food.
Yeah, sure. That's what we're talking about. Shit. Have you ever knocked anyone out?
No,
Okay.
nope, nope. I've I've been knocked out as a child in a car accident. That was weird. And I've almost been knocked out twice while I was doing um MMA, where I got choked out, and then the second one I got kicked in the jaw, and both times I like got super lightheaded and was like pretty much everything was gone, but I was still like thinking to myself and like feeling around for everything, and I took a second for my vision to come back and like realize where the fuck I am and like get my strength to like stand back up again. But
Mm-hmm.
um um all the time in like my jujitsu and whatnot that I was doing, I would either just tap somebody, or um I never actually like, besides a few like MMA fights and whatnot with people watching where I haven't again knocked anybody out. I mostly can either get them to tap or just outpoint them. Never knocked anybody out, and outside of that, I'd try my hardest not to get into a fight so I don't have to try to knock somebody out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just never know when somebody's carrying a weapon of any
Do
kind.
you have an off button in fights?
What do you mean?
Like, can you like let yourself up? Like, can you stop? Or are you the one that's kind of letting up in the fight when you know
Yeah,
it's over
yeah,
with,
yeah,
or are you the person
yeah,
that's
yeah,
going until
yeah.
people pull you off of the other person?
No, I can control myself 100%.
Oh.
Even how upset I am, like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, no, that's not me.
You know.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of person.
Well, I mean,
If
you watched it happen one time where I just turned myself off and walked away, where I was getting ready to just fucking completely destroy this one dude at fucking laser
Oh
tag.
man, you and I were squaring up. Like it was within probably it was within a minute span of a fight. It was right there. We were on that point right here where it was gonna go this way or it was gonna go this way, and it was literally hanging in the balance. And we were fucking Drake and I were just squared up.
Oh, I was so fucking close to just eating this dude out.
We were both in his grill, dude. We were both right in his fucking grill too. Like we're just fucking ready. And but his boy was just showing up. Yeah.
Yep. I was like, hey, dude, whatever he did, dude, it's not worth it, And I was like, all right, whatever. Then I fucking walk away,
Yeah.
I didn't need to get the police called on me for.
And they were fucking wearing onesies. Like they were wearing fucking like Pikachu onesies at like 10:30 at night. And they all came, a set of 4 of them all came in fucking like Pokemon onesies, and it was like, okay, like are we fucking 2 years old here? Like this is weird.
Been underage too, I would imagine. So
they were close. They were on the fritz. They were definitely on the border.
Yeah, it would have been hard to tell 18 or not. So it's good that I just.
But man, we were ready. That would have, like I said, I think another 15 seconds of nothing. It would have been a fight. Like it would have been one of us doing something.
I had the dude backed up against the wall. If he would have made any kind of move, it would have been done.
Yeah.
It would have been done 100%. Like I remember you even telling me too, like Drake, dude, I've never seen you that fucking upset. Your face
I was ready to go, dude. You were ready to go.
Well, what happened was I used to play laser tag with one of my buddies against like league players in California. And so we we learned what to do, how to fucking play. And you just you hold your gun a certain way and you just move like this, because then it's harder for them to and so you're standing like this essentially. You're just going.
Yeah, you want to block their signal.
So they only have like one spot in the stomach and then one spot in the shoulder, and then because you're moving, you block the spot in the stomach and the spot in the shoulder is harder to hit, and then that way you can continue to aim because you're holding the gun still, And then what you do is your guns have like certain abilities, and so you just turn on, multi-shot mode for you, so it takes a couple shots for you to go down, and then you just turn on, you save all your points until you get into their base, and you just turn on like automatic machine gun mode. You just light up the base and just get shit ton of points, and then they shoot you, and then once a couple times, and you die and you walk back, you get reset. You kill a couple dudes, and then you get your points back, and you go and do it again. And that's how you just get a shit ton of points and win. That's what I was doing. And the one dude was
we were slaying Drake and I were Drake because we were with. We didn't know the other two other people, didn't we, or did we not? I don't know if we did or not.
Yeah, we had one of our other buddies with us.
Yeah,
I forgot one or two of our other buddies with us, and the other people we didn't know.
And there was random. So we were playing, and so Drake and I were just working as pretty much as us as a duo, and I think maybe our buddy was following us or whoever it was. But I remember Drake and I were just working as a good pair, a duo, and so we were just racking up the points underneath their thing, and then this guy came up, and he got right into Drake's face and actually used the butt of the gun and went across Drake's face with the butt of the gun. And then immediately was like, just smash him in the nose for no fucking reason, like trying to stop him from shooting. Instead of being like nice and like shooting at his like targets, like in front of him, trying to get his targets to kill him, the guy just fucking comes up and just fucking melees like it's fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like it was like it's like out of nowhere.
It was probably an accident. Like I don't think he probably meant to whack me in the nose. He probably just wanted to move the gun away from me shooting at it. But he hit me in the nose, and then I was like, okay, well,
game on. That was it. Game on.
Now you're not gonna have a nose. Mike Tyson bite your fucking nose off, turn you into Michael Jackson.
So that was a wild situation when that happened. Definitely was pretty tense. I had a couple, like I said, I was usually getting pulled off of situations with football when I played back in high school and everything. And during our one playoff game my senior year, I actually got into a fight with one of the guys on the other team, and he got ejected, but I didn't because he threw the first punch. So we got into a fight, and then he got ejected, and I didn't. I fucking kept playing. So it was pretty good. And he was one of their starting offensive tackle, too, because I was just fucking with this guy. It was great. It was great. So it was fun times back in the day. Fun times. But I
beat that.
Yeah, so man, that time at I'm trying to think if we had any other altercations that we came close with other people besides that one. That one definitely was the number one. I don't remember if we had any other situations Definitely
No,
had
not
like
not with, at least not with me. I'm usually, like I said before, I'm usually pretty reserved, just kind of sit in the back. I don't want to be like the forefront of attention, unless it finds me, I'm not gonna go looking for it. Essentially, there
yeah.
was one time where I actually almost got into like a pretty big fight in California. I was at a bar with two of my other buddies, and one of my friends was from France. And these chicks came up and started talking to us and whatnot. And my buddy from France started like telling her how to say words in French, and he was telling her how to say like love, like I love you, and he's saying no, you got to pronounce it like this, like I love you, like really like like laying it on, And this dude comes up and he's like, "Oh, what do you tell my fucking girl? What do you tell my fucking girl?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm just telling her, how to have her tell you, That was not, that was more
More
Russian.
Russian.
But um, but yeah, either
Monsieur,
way.
I'm trying to teach
So
your lady how
yeah,
to.
I try to tell you how, yeah, to tell you how to say.
No, that's still yeah, it's still Russian.
That's still going like more,
That's
you
still
know,
yeah, that's still
uh,
Western European.
Eastern European.
Fuck yeah, Eastern. God damn it.
Um, yeah. So then we like one chick's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have a cigarette. You guys want to join us?" And again, like I was like, "No, we're good, just chilling here." But my buddy's like, "Yeah, of course, yeah, I'll come out and have a cigarette with you." All right. Well, now I was like, I go and Sean was my buddy Sean and my buddy Gaspard. Gaspard's the one that joined the cigarette, and so I go to get my buddy Sean because he was talking to somebody else. I was like, "Dude, we got to go outside." And he's like, "Why?" I was like, "We got to go outside, dude." And so we went outside, and it was Gaspard and the chick were having a cigarette, and the two dudes and two of his buddies came out, and um, luckily Gaspard kind of moved a little bit when the guy confronted Gaspard again, like, why are you trying to really go up against my girl, whatever, and luckily Gaspard maneuvered around, so the dude was his back was to the wall, and like where it was the guy and Gaspard were in front of me, and on the other side of them was the dude's buddy, and behind him was his buddy, and then behind me was Sean. And I remember those two just kind of getting at it, like just getting more and more and more and more upset. And like I'm getting ready, like, oh fuck, like if this dude swings at
You're about
Gaspard,
it's
like
about to pop
I
off.
have
Yeah,
to, I have to jump in here and like,
yeah. You knew it was gonna happen.
do something, like I'm at the dude's side too, so, and like I'm right-handed, so it nice
It'd be
easy,
easy. It'd be
nice,
easy.
nice and easy,
Yeah, yeah.
the dude
You'd be in
swung,
there
and the
quick.
dude is also right-handed, so if he swung up, his right hand is gonna be blocking most of his view for me, which I can just come up, myself, So it would have been easy. Then I would have
Yeah,
had
yeah,
the two dudes in front, which hopefully Gaspard wasn't sucker punch too hard, where he can get up and help Sean and I out against 2v2, But again, I was like, I don't want to, because these dudes were less than classy, I'll say, in California, and so they could have easily had knives, and we were actually at a bar where
yeah.
somebody was shot and stabbed before, so like we weren't like at a super like good bar to be doing anything with. So it's the dude starts to clench his fist. I'm like looking down the entire time at the dude's fist and like his feet, because his feet are squared normal, and as soon as he wants to step back, he started to clench his fist, and it looked like he was gonna move his left leg back, and it looked like he was gonna come up for a swing. As soon as that happened, the bouncer came in, basically picked Gaspard up and set him down. I was like, "All right, dude, shoved him against the wall. You're done. I don't want you fucking anywhere near any." And his two of the buddies like, "What the fuck, dude? We're not doing anything." He's like, "Nope, you guys are out. I hear you guys. You guys are the ones fucking yelling, causing shit. You're out." And I was just like, "All right, Sean Gaspard, let's fucking go too. Like, we don't need to be sitting here anymore."
Yeah, yeah. Fuck, that's awesome, dude.
Again, that's
That's
the other
crazy.
time, like almost happened where,
But
but
even
most of the
still, like
time,
you're not undone. You see, like even in that situation, see, you're not. Uh, it's not that you're not collected or you're not ready to pop off with a hot head. You're examining the entire
yeah,
situation and understanding what
yeah,
you need to do. With this guy that's confronting your friend, so you're already
yeah.
examining his stance. You're examining everything in a flash of a second and diagnosing the situation of what is going to kind of perspire and kind of put yourself in the best situation to play chess against guys who are playing checkers.
Yeah, exactly. So like I usually try to again, I just don't know who's got weapons, and no matter how decent of a fighter I actually am from my MMA training or whatnot, a knife's still a knife.
Yeah, but let's be
You
honest,
know,
dude. Like your third appendage is a weepon, so like you're fine.
yeah, the knife itself.
You're always carrying, dude. You're always concealed carrying.
But
Fuck, dude. You're always concealed carrying. Oh, that's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Great.
So other than that, I haven't really like gotten in any other kind of fights. I mean, just a
Yeah.
couple like small little scrappy arguments with some of my friends or whatnot. Where and again, the intention was never to hurt them, and same with them to me. It's
Yeah,
more just like
whereas
you're annoying and like a
me and
you
my
know
oldest and older brother uh fought to the point where we got the cops called on us by our
yeah
mom. It got
yeah
it got that heated at one point that during my, I think it was actually either my late middle school or probably early high school years, we went at it so hard the one time that mom called the cops. And then shortly after that, probably within a month or two, because this was a rough time, like I said, during my life. So about a month or two later was one where it was my dad and I, and my mom had the number dialed and then said, "Oh, don't bother, like it's okay." Then they held off. So that, yeah, it's been a few times, but that's been it. Other than that, it's been good. It's been great since. Like,
I've
I mean,
I've wrestled with my dad before. I've never
oh, we wrestled
you
on
know
we wrestled in a fun way
like
too with my dad when we were
like
younger and everything.
I
But
him and I have gotten into it in anger. Obviously, like
oh, really?
I think it was probably maybe not actually him doing it, but like again, never swung at him. I
You
don't
just
think I'll
come from
ever.
the no, you just come from the top fucking rope. You
Yeah,
just fucking come down,
right?
fucking
Chop
Nelson
people's
him.
elbow. Yeah,
That's fucking great. Mike's trying to get food in the kitchen, and
right.
Trick just comes with a steel chair and just fucking.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Da, da, da. I'm just
Yeah,
fucking top of the fridge.
you're wearing long cargo shorts.
Luchador mask. Oh, there
Yo,
was one
the
time
oh
I was
man.
training for my Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and there was one time where um my good friend Frederick at the time, his father was actually an instructor, and um he Frederick and I would his name's not Frederick, I used to just call him that. Um he and I used to train together a lot for jiu-jitsu and whatnot, and like a small amount of judo and everything. And he was teaching us like a judo throw, and I had like gotten it like really like down really well over top of over his own son, and he was like really mean to his son too. Like he would like I'd start to beat him in like a jujitsu match or a boxing match or anything,
Yeah.
and he'd
Yeah.
start to like, what the fuck? What the fuck, Frederick? What the fuck you doing? You letting this fucking punk ass fucking do this to you? I'm like, dude, I'm right here. I'm still beating your son.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this
Come
guy's
on.
a bitch,
I
dude. He's an
understand
only
this,
child. What the
right?
fuck you
Right?
doing?
Yeah. Like, so you get really into it, but he enjoyed me though because I was,
Come
like
on, son,
listening to him.
get this pussy. Like hit this
Yeah,
pussy.
beat this fucking loser up, dude. What the fuck? Knock him out. I want his teeth gone. But like, yeah. So I remember one
Oh
time, like
man.
he's like, okay, he's oh perfect. If you think you're good enough, you wanna try to go against me. Then you really teach you a couple things. And I was like, sure. I don't why the fuck not. So we're like going at it a little bit, like holding each other, kind of stopping for me a takedown happening. He goes in for one, and I get him perfect with like a hip throw down, and he like hits the ground and rolls to the side just to create some distance. So I came in to like get on top again and get ground control. And I came in and I jumped forward and like went on my knees and slid kind of into him and kneed him right in the fucking face. And like boom, instantly went like this, legs curled up and like over his head, and he was like just like that for like a couple seconds. And I kind of stopped, and he's like, all right, we're done, we're done. Like the
You got
next
his
day I
ass
saw him,
kicked.
next day I saw him, he had a pretty fucking bad black eye.
You fucking nut, you fucking
Like
wrecked it. Now would that be
him fucking
would that have been
hard.
would that have been a legal hit in actual sparring? Like would that like what you were practicing, would that have been allowed or no? Like a knee to the face.
It all depends on like who you're fighting
In
for
in,
essentially.
in an
So like
MMA fight, in an MMA fight, would that be allowed?
um, I believe so.
'Cause I've seen
I
guys
believe
go
I
knee.
believe if we're
I've seen
both
guys try
if
to
we're
knee
both
their
on
head
if
their
we're
head
both on the
before.
ground, if we're both on the ground, a knee is allowed.
But I've seen them in standing position, them grab their hands on their head and try to like go down to the knee and hit them in the
Yeah,
face.
yeah, both standing is fine, but if one dude's standing and like one dude is on the ground and you try to like do a jumping knee drop onto their face, that's not allowed.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay,
You
so
know,
what
you have
you
to either be
did
both
probably
on the
would.
ground or
So what you did might
well,
not have counted.
I jumped down onto my knees and slid into his face pretty much. I didn't
Fucking
mean to
Drake
actually
just
knee him in
fucking
the
coming across like
yeah.
this, just dragging
I didn't mean
toes,
to actually
dragging
knee
toes,
him in
and
the
just
face,
leads with the
right?
knee. This guy just fucking just nails him.
Ooh, into his head, I
Oh man,
didn't
that's
like
dope.
mean to try to knee him. It just fucking like the amount of velocity and force and like the adrenaline I must have had from just actually properly throwing, you know,
That's
um,
awesome though, dude. You
an
just fucked
actual
this guy up, and he's like,
guy,
"Holy shit, dude, this guy's good."
right?
Question: Did he talk shit about you after all that or no? Was he like respectable to you?
Yeah, no, he still did. I mean, he wasn't talking shit to me, but he was more yelling at his son why he couldn't beat me. Really, like it would
Come
get to
on,
the,
son, kick his. Come on,
it
son,
would
kick
get
his ass.
so
He
bad,
knees
dude.
in the face. He knees in the face like a bitch.
It would get so bad. Oh, actually, I don't know if I don't think his father was even a trainer. Actually, if I think about it now, I think he was just really, really enthusiastic about
You
martial arts.
you and I have
It got,
sparred quite a.
yeah, it got so bad though to the point where Frederick was like crying from being
Oh
yelled at by his
wow,
father.
dude, that's sad.
Like it was like on the point of abuse. It really was.
That makes you just hate the sport. Then you know what I mean. Like if you're pushed to
Right.
that limit, you just
Yeah,
hate the
pushing
sport.
that limit. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
It's almost like his dad has unrealistic expectations of him being something that could possibly earn the dad money. I think he was
Right.
disappointed at not knowing that his son he chose this avenue for his son to like at a young age because he liked it, and then he was hoping that his son could be a challenging prospect in the sport to win at least some money, and he's just upset that the progress wasn't happening. So he's taking it out on him and in a sense you.
Right.
So
I feel like it's kind of like that sort of that thing where professional or failed professional boxers and like fighters name their child their name junior and then push them to go into the sport to become good, which they do, but it's just to have their name be a name that's known,
yeah, yeah,
you know what I
yep.
mean, like um yeah, I feel like that's just because instead of wanting their son to be great and do good, I think it's because they want their name to be remembered next to success,
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yep.
you
And
know
this is their avenue to do so. Yep. You're right.
yeah,
You're
so
right.
that's how I
Yeah.
feel like.
You and I have sparred quite a bit, and it's led to blood and stuff before. Definitely, we've definitely
Yeah,
bruised each other up quite a bit. Usually spar with Tyler quite a bit, but it's usually mainly Tyler just trying to curl up into a little ball and avoid getting his ass beat. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
usually
I can't do anything rough with Tyler at all. I have to like really watch my output onto the poor little guy. The last time I did something, I collapsed his chest. So
yeah, yeah. Drake did a
you
boo boo
know,
on Tyler at one point, which actually we didn't really discuss this. Drake, I don't know if I ever told you this. First time on the pod, ladies and gentlemen. Drake, I can confirm we got the autopsy results. Your fisting of Tyler directly led to his death.
yeah. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. You
How
know,
do you feel about that?
I'm fine.
And that's fucked. Yeah, that's. I mean, yeah, I guess that's it. You know, it's something
That's
to be said. Oh, okay. So what I'm gonna say is, you and I are a very good even match. I think just based on what we both bring to the table, you're more of upper body and agility, and I'm more of lower body and power. So we definitely both take each other on in an equal realm. Where I both think we've won somewhat like fairness of fight
Yeah,
wise because
definitely.
I mean, at least most of my half of the time, it's me just carrying you away.
Yeah, you know.
I'm
Well,
literally carrying Drake, and then Drake's time is literally putting me into like a chokehold that I've never experienced before, and I utterly cannot find a way even to control myself to get out because he is like constricting my neck at the same time as constricting like an arm or a leg, and it's so difficult to get out of. So that's literally most of the time you've tapped me out most times, I think, on your side of wins. That's usually what's happened. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'll try to do is usually because I'm pretty decent for not a whole ton of training, you know. Probably say like altogether maybe like a full year of like jujitsu, like actual like jujitsu training altogether, you know. But then like multiple years of just fucking around and like with friends that have done jujitsu training or judo and shit like that, you know. Which I think most of the people that train consistently, obviously, probably all the people that train consistently can probably beat me, but you know, I'm still puts me above her, but it doesn't train consistently, which is
I
the
think
majority, you know.
I think I would pay for uh a live sparring match of 3 1-minute rounds. We'll make it really easy. 3 1-minute rounds of any kind of scoring that you want. And I want your opponent to be Luke because I would love to
Doc?
see. Yeah, I would love to
Yeah.
see a Doc versus Drake sparring match. 3 rounds, 1 minute each. Would be
Yeah, if anybody, I mean,
so
yeah,
sick to
anybody
watch.
that wants to fucking either do jujitsu or boxing with me, I'm down to do either. No kickboxing though.
I
The
do
power generated from
I would do
is good.
boxing. I would do boxing with you. I
Yeah,
do
yeah,
3 1-minute
yeah, whatever
rounds.
you want.
3 1-minute rounds, me versus you. I'd box.
I have the boxing gloves and stuff.
Yeah, I'd put
it
it
would
up. Fuck, that'd
I
be
would
so
just have
sick.
to-
Oh my god, to get punched in the face by you would be so fucking epic.
you just want- yeah, I can get you headgear. I don't think I have headgear.
Yeah, we would need headgear, but that would still be fun, dude. Like
if
us
you
in
wanted,
headgear.
if you wanted headgear, I mean, otherwise, if you didn't, it's fine with me. You just, you know,
I gotta protect this suppleness here. That's that's your name. So what was mine? What was Luke the Abominable? And I think it should be Drake the Supple.
Drake the Supple.
Yeah.
It's very misleading.
That's perfect.
You're talking to the guy that stepped on his bike pedal backwards and shot it backwards up into his shin, and then looked at Doc and laughed.
Yeah.
And my shin is bloody in 2 spots now.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, a boxing match. Who wins? Who wins 3 1-minute rounds? You versus me.
Me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not knocking you out. I don't have a whole lot. Well, I don't have a whole lot of power because even though I'm right-handed, I box as a southpaw, and that's for 2 different reasons. But it gives me an extra weakness that I normally wouldn't have. So when boxing southpaw, my jab going forward, my jab's a lot stronger than if I were to jab with my left hand. So since I'm right-handed, my power is more in my right hand, my speed's a little bit more in my right hand. My left-handed jab is going to have a little bit more power into it, and since I'm going to hit you with the jab more often than with a power swing, it's going to build up more like quicker than my left-handed jab will, as well as the speed of my right-handed jab is going to be a lot faster than my speed of my left-handed jab. Then when I want to do my power, I can really wind up in that left and just get underneath somewhere I need to. But the issue with that though, and also it's a lot of people have a harder time fighting a southpaw because they're not exactly sure how to fight, since again my lead foot is in line with your lead foot, which I'm going to keep my lead foot in front of your lead foot, so that way I always have the advantage of a step, of a step. If I want to step around to the front or to the back, I can. So I can step to your right a lot easier and come in with a low right to the ribs, a lot easier than you would be able to step. And then if you wanted to step to your right, you're going more to the front of my body again, which I can easily avoid that, you know.
And I think my biggest thing for the way I would probably catch you would be to get you with a like full hit. You know what I mean? Like a full.
Yeah, but then
obviously not knock you out. But I'm saying it'd have to be a monstrous hit against you for me to be able to kind of knock you back.
I have no doubt you'll be able to hit me with a few of those. But here's the nice thing about being again a southpaw versus someone that's orthodox. which is you, um, your distance for your power swing is going to be a lot further of a travel to connect with either my body or my head. So I'll be able to see it coming a lot sooner.
Hmm. Interesting.
So because it's going to
Okay.
take you a while to like come across and come in, and since I'm sending this way, it's going to travel this whole distance to me, as opposed to if I'm this way and you're the other way, as opposed to just this short of a distance. It's
Yeah,
almost
but
twice the
see, if I
travel.
can somehow,
And then
if I
once since I
can,
can see it coming, I can judge how I want to do it. I can either pull up a block low, or I can step in really close to you and fucking nice easy uppercut quick,
but
while
here's the
yours
thing
is
though,
coming around.
is if I stick to jabs, I immediately have the length on you, so like you can't even get in with me then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what you say for now until you throw a jab forward, and then I can just step in and around your jab and pop, just touch you as
Just
well.
a little pop.
Just a little pop.
Just a little kiss on the little kiss on the
Little
schnoz there.
not super hard, just to let you know that I can touch you when I want.
Yeah.
It'll,
Yeah,
it'll be
you just
it'll be it'll be as psychological as it is physical.
I go to jab and then you duck down and you actually just kiss me around the cheek.
Right?
You just go out.
Come back and, what the fuck?
What the
I'm
Jesus
done. I'm
Christ?
done. I'm done. He's able to get in and do that to me.
Yeah,
You
on the
note
most
in my back
softest,
pocket, like,
supple kiss.
what the fuck? You have to note him at breakfast at my place? What the hell?
Yeah. As you go for the kiss, and then as you're going by, you're like, anytime.
Yeah,
Oh, that's fucking funny. All right,
yeah.
you
Whenever you
versus
come down, if
you
you want to,
versus
if you want
Doc.
a box,
You versus
not
Doc.
me.
Who's winning?
Me.
So you think you think you'd sweep the group? Hey, the group
Yeah.
would be okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In boxing, yeah, with boxing rules and whatnot, yeah.
Now, the way we would do it, I would prefer if we did it where, during the whole minute, we'll have Luke just be the timer, and you'll just strictly be the fair scorer. So I'm trusting you and your scoring. So like, if I were to land a hit, then we take a step back. Luke pauses immediately, and then we reset, and then we go again until someone lands another point, and then
Yeah.
you would count that, and then we go back and reset. So it would just be a series of quick interactions, but the timer would keep going down every time that
We
you would
would,
start and stop it.
that's what you want to do. That's what you'd want to do.
I would want to do that just to keep track because I wouldn't be
We
able to
had to build
notice.
momentum that way. So what we could do is we could just film it, and then besides having Doc also
Slow
watch,
motion, just my mouth
right?
guard, just go.
Yeah, just getting fucking, oh, he's
Yeah,
so I mean,
Joe
we can
Rogan's
just
there.
film it,
Oh,
right? Oh, he's holding back, like, oh shit, like Joe Rogan's watching us, fucking hey, sweet dude.
yeah.
Um, we can just
Right.
film the
Shout out to
film
Joey
it.
Rogues, by the way, the
Yeah,
ultimate
100%.
MMA.
Dude's a beast.
It's crazy to like watch him like back in the Fear Factor days and now see where he's at. Like Fear Factor was such an epic.
I always think
That was a
of,
show I watched every week. Honestly, I watched
yeah.
that show when it was live every week. Like when it was
I was
on,
thinking
that
Mad
was
TV when they make fun of Fear Factor when it was Michael McDonald and he's like, "Now eat this mouthful of bees," and then like when the different contestants like have to do it or whatever, "Oh, I can't do it. But look that up. It's pretty good, pretty good.
So
But
out of the three of us, who are you knocking out? Probably Tyler. You think you're knocking Tyler out?
I blow on him and then knock him out.
Oh my god. How close? Okay,
Maybe
who would have a closer score,
Doc's
me or
quick.
Luke, against you?
You.
You think so? Okay.
Doc is quick, but he's not gonna have any power.
Yeah. He's a little gangly.
He doesn't know how to like generate power from the hip when he's throwing either.
Yeah.
You just have that you don't know how to generate the power from the hips either, but you also have that natural power, which is gonna blow away anything that I can deliver. So
It's just those shoulders. It's just these shoulders right here, man. That's what everything's coming from right here. I'm just gonna fucking. But that's dude. If I landed it
as well, Doc is a little. Again, he's skinnier, so I won't be punching up as high to Doc as I would be to you. Punching up, you always lose power versus punching down.
Okay.
Or you gain a little bit of power.
Yeah. See, I would wonder honestly with my with how fast and how hard my acceleration is leading through here. I wonder how much body shots that I have would hurt. Like, I bet you it would be quite a body shot. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be a heavy
Yeah,
one.
yeah, it would. Yeah, I mean, a few would probably take me down for sure.
Yeah.
I haven't in the only time I've ever been dropped in sparring was when I got kicked in the jaw. That was the only time.
Okay.
Solar plexus blast. I've withstood liver shots. I've withstood. I, like, um, the one thing you have to watch out, which I'll probably say is for us, is just no solar plexus shots. I've dropped a lot of people with solar plexus shots, which
What's
is
that?
right here, right to the sternum,
Oh,
essentially.
okay.
So it's hard to crank right to that point, and then it'll
Yeah.
it'll drop you. But hard if it's too hard, it'll compress the heart, which I mean that's not
Yeah, and we
obviously.
won't have an EKG on hand probably. So
Yeah, yeah, so I mean we'll just stay away from obviously if a chest shot happens and it
renting a
happens.
boxing ring a thing? Like, could you rent a boxing ring for that? Like, just for fun for a night? Like, is that
No, not really.
fuck? That'd be a
Because
dope. How dope
most
would that
people,
be? Like,
right?
people sign a waiver and they can just go in and pay like a flat fee of $20 or $30 per person, and you get
Right.
the ring for, well, maybe there's set tiers. So like, if you want to go 5 minute 3 rounds, you have to pay $25 each person. If you want to go 12 rounds, 3 minutes, you have to pay $50 per person. There's like a tiered list of how, because the more of our time you use, the more money we get of you. So
Right.
and then we just sign a
Yeah.
waiver that like you're not responsible for any of your injuries that you occur here. And then they go in and they do their thing. We can even film it for them if they want, and we can sell that film to them or upload it to our channels and stuff. Dude, that's a fucking fuck. We might have to clip this last part here because this is $1 million idea. People
most
fucking
people
go to
that
that,
run a-
dude.
Most people that run a gym don't want to just have anybody show up and just box,
But that's what I'm saying. This would be a
obviously
building
can't be
geared toward
dangerous,
that. You could even
Yeah,
go in and
yeah,
watch it. We could pay admissions for people to come in for like special
Right.
events and shit. If they wanted, like,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
actually had like medium style boxers who wanted to come and like do it, like amateur boxers. We could have nights where we like guys come in and we fucking do events. How sick would that be, dude? And we just have like our own little area that's
Yeah,
like
I mean,
a
you have to have like an EMT on hand.
yep, yeah. And we do.
for-
We have a couple that would definitely stand in with us. So I know tons that would volunteer for that. So fuck, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
And then you could
Here's just to go off that though, I've always had this idea in my head that I would love to start up. I think it would be super fun, as well as like relief, like a stress reliever as well. I would call it the rec room. And what you'd go in, you'd sign a waiver saying that if you get injured, anything ever fucking happens to you, you can't do anything to me. This is all of your own volition. But you sign up, you pay X amount of time you pay X amount for X amount of time in the room. You can go in there, and inside the room, it's like set up like a living room or a bedroom. TV, maybe a couch, maybe a two-seater or a lazy boy, or like a couple, like a table with a couple chairs and shit.
Yep.
Lamps and stuff all around, computer monitors and shit, like whatever, just something like mirror a room or whatever.
Yep.
And you can walk in, you can get like a bat or like different kinds of blunt objects, and you could just smash fucking everything that's in the room.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, they have those, but yeah, I've seen those before. But yeah, that's a good idea.
You seen those before?
Yeah, that's like a huge thing nowadays, dude.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you,
Bastard stole my dude. I've had this idea since like 2012.
Drake. They have one in Buffalo that you can go to, just like downtown. You can like
God.
pay. You can pay like $100 and you just go in and they set it up for you. Whichever you can choose, like an office or like a living room or a bar set or like whatever you want. You
Dude,
choose it,
no
and then you
way.
just go there with a baseball bat or like a golf club,
Are
whatever you
kidding
want,
me?
and you just blast shit, dude.
I
Look it
could've
up.
been
Look him up.
fucking
Look him
rich.
up on. There's tons of
Could've been
fails about
fucking
him,
rich.
dude. There's tons of
See,
fails
this
about
just
him.
tells you my fucking idea is gold.
Yeah,
That it
yeah,
actually
it
did
is.
work. So if
Yeah.
I could just start it up, if I was just
Now there isn't any in your area, so that is a
You just
possible
said-
demographic.
my area.
Downtown Buffalo, but not in like Akron area.
That's still within like 45, 50 minutes.
Okay, well I'm just saying. Yeah, that's a good. It was a good idea, and that's why I said, that's why it makes everyone lots of money. So It's
Right.
everywhere. I'm pretty sure even the Erie County Fair has it set up that you can go do that. So that's just how it is. That's how the cookie crumbles. So,
Poopy.
anyways, we'll make ourselves. We're gonna make a boxing ring thing. I mean, obviously, look at me. I'll be like in like a white, like almost like a General Chicken, whatever his name is, KFC, the General, whatever his name is there. I'm like him, so I'll just dress up in like a white suit and have like a cowboy hat and glasses, and Drake will wear whatever heterosexual stuff he usually wears, and then yeah, we'll be good to go.
Shirt and shorts.
Yeah. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks again for all the support and all the likes and comments and all the fun from all of you. It doesn't definitely go unnoticed. Unfortunately, like we said, Luke is dead. Ty's been long gone. So honestly, Drake, it's the real question is which one of us is next. You know, who's going to be left standing here in this apparently mini battle royale we've been experiencing on the Tadpoles podcast. So who's going to be standing between you and I left is someone's guest here down the road. So I hope you all had a good night. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and we will see you in the next one.